Hey guys, I'm Emily and today I want to talk to you about the City of Bones. This is the first book in the Mortal Instrument series and Cassandra Clare wrote it. You follow this girl named Clary and she finds out all these new things about herself and that her mum's been lying to her and that she is a part of this world that she didn't even know existed. Basically, her and her friend Simon go out, they go to a club, she sees some really strange things happen, completely freaks out, and she finds out the next day or a couple of days later that she is a shadow hunter. And basically what a shadow hunter is a half angel, half human, and they protect the humans, which they call mundanes, from demons and downworlders. So downworlders is anything from a vampire, a werewolf, a warlock, a fairy, anything like that. And they protect the humans from all these creatures that can hurt them and endanger them. And yeah, so it's a really quite a thrilling story. So if you have not read the book, stop now and go ahead and pick it up, find it online, go and buy it, read it. So if you have read the book, please continue watching. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a spoilery section of the video and tell you a little bit more about my thoughts and opinions on The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Let's go ahead and talk about the characters. So we follow Clary, which I mentioned before. She is someone who is quite shy and a little bit geeky and not a very popular person, I guess you could say. Ends up going to this club with her best friend Simon. She sees some weird things, shadow hunters killing another demon, and so she just completely freaks out, runs away, finds out that she is actually a shadow hunter. Her processing this news that she's a shadow hunter, which is her mum's been kidnapped and her world just completely shatters and breaks. Clary, she's a really, I don't know, at this point in the book I found her a little bit annoying because she wasn't really listening and she just wanted to go out and just be reckless and get her mum back without being cautious and taking the right sort of steps so that no one got hurt. So I did find her a little bit annoying, but throughout the next few books I think she really develops as a character. Simon is her best friend. They've been friends since they were little, and Simon of course is in love with Clary. He gets kidnapped by vampires, so Simon's a really cool character. I liked him in this book. Jace. Okay, Jace. He takes my little heart. He he's a little bit cocky, he's a little bit arrogant, he's a little bit up himself, to say the least. But I really think that there's so much more to this character. He didn't have a very good upbringing, he didn't have a mum, his dad wasn't sort of the whole huggy, cuddly, lovey sort of a father, so he didn't really have that sort of love connection with anyone when he was younger, so it makes it harder for him to connect with people now. I thought that was a really interesting point and an interesting thing to start off in the first book, because then his character just develops so much from there. Him and Clary obviously have this love interest, and it's really quite interesting to see how it all goes and flows and becomes one. Alec, who is Jace's best friend and parabatai, which was a really interesting thing to read about in the books. So basically, as a parabatai are two shadow hunters join together and they do anything for one another. They're there to protect each other and fight together, and basically their parabatai means best friend in Shadowhunter language. So Alec is gay, and I honestly loved this about the books. He's in love with Jace, and it's I love that there is a gay character in these books. I think he really stands as this character who can help kids and young adults and people reading these books who are gay or lesbian or anything like that, really help them and in finding themselves and really settling with the fact that it is okay. And so Alec is this really tough guy. He likes his rules, he's cool, and I really hope that he comes to terms with his sexuality and with the fact that he's in love with Jace, and whether or not he finds another person to be with, whether it's female or male. I really hope that he can develop as a character, and I'm very excited for that. Belle is the same age as Clary, so she's 15, and she's a bad ass chick. She's awesome. I love Izzy. There wasn't really much in the book about her, and she's brave, and she's just everything that a girl should try and be. She's comfortable in her skin, she's beautiful and intelligent, and I really think that she is a really great role model for young girls. So Hodge is the trainer sort of thing at the Institute, and the Institute, which I haven't mentioned yet, is where the Shadowhunters live. So it's basically like an embassy for Shadowhunters. Hodge is the trainer. He's an interesting character. He's sort of older, so he's like a bit wise and sort of like the Dumbledore-y sort of character in the start of the books. So he's really quite a cool, smart, intelligent, wisdom-filled person, complicated, and all of that sort of thing as well. And because he has this curse on him, because he can't leave the Institute, at the start of the books it wasn't really gone into detail as to why he wasn't allowed to leave. It was just sort of like he can't go. So but then you find out all these things, that he was a part of the Circle. He basically wants to get this curse lifted off him, so he gives Valentine the thing that he's looking for. Valentine is the evildoer of the book, so he's the one that steals Jocelyn. He is the bad guy, so everything that a bad guy is supposed to be, that is Valentine. Jocelyn, Clary's mother, she has lied to Clary her whole life. Oh my god. So Jocelyn has been taking Clary to see Magnus Bane, who is a warlock and who is sassy and glittery and just fabulous. He's like thousands and hundreds of years old, but he is a warlock, and so Clary's mum Jocelyn has been taking Clary to see him to get her memories taken away. And yeah, that's all we really know about Jocelyn at this point, and the fact that she was married to Valentine. Magnus, he's sort of there to... he does things for people, but only if he can get something out of it, which I thought was quite an interesting thing. I think we will see a lot more of Magnus throughout the books, which is exciting. Luke! Oh, Luke's a werewolf! I thought this was so interesting. So basically Luke is like Clary's father figure sort of a person throughout the book. We meet him at the start. He tells Clary not to call her again, and Clary's like, oh my god, I thought this person was meant to be here for me, and he's not. So you find out once Clary and Luke meet up again in the book that Luke was actually a shadow hunter, and he was Valentine's parabatai back in the day, and he was part of the Circle with Jocelyn. So just to conclude all of that, I think that this world is really quite interesting, to follow this girl who thought she was one thing, and then that world just shatters, breaks into a million pieces. So many things are happening to her. She finds out that she's this complete different person. She finds this new group of people and finds this love interest and sort of falls in love, and then finds out that he's her brother and freaks out again. And why? Why? She goes on this whole crazy journey to get her mum back, and doing all these crazy things and fighting demons and vampires and all these crazy downworlders, and then she sort of half forms this world that she's sort of in but is still so confused about, and then she finds out that she's Jace, who is her love interest, is her brother, and it's just like again, so that's interesting and exciting at the same time, because it's like, what's gonna happen? Do her and Simon get together? Do Simon and Izzy get together? Which I totally ship. Izzy is amazing. What happens with these characters next? Where does it go from here? Where is Valentine? Does Jace run off with Valentine? Do Clary and Jace sort things out and have a normal brother and sister relationship? There's just so many questions at the end of this book, which makes it so much more exciting to start reading the second book. And so, yeah, I give this book probably a 9 out of 10. it was really, really good for a first book in a series. The world is really developing into this crazy, intricate web of detail, and amazing things are happening to these characters, and these characters thought they're one thing and then all of a sudden they're just this completely different thing, and that's exciting, and I'm really excited to finish this series and to read next what happens. So if you guys agree with me, comment down below what you think. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you next time with my review of the Mortal Instruments City of Ashes. Bye!